shiny. Ugh. But anyway, I just rewatched the last video I did, which was over a year ago, and so right now it's July something, 2022. My last video was a lot about Amelia. We're about to get the cerclage put in and all that, so that happened. We got the cerclage in, but basically it failed. We made it further than we did with Luke. Luke came at 15 weeks. Gotta pull out all my hair. And Amelia came at like 21 and 3 or something like that. Too little to make it, infection and everything else. So she didn't make it about a year ago. I should really know the exact date on that. I think it's July. God, it might have been exactly like a year ago. So that didn't work. So in October of 2021, we went to Chicago and had a transabdominal cerclage put in. It's like a more permanent one. So even before we got pregnant, had that put in. And then now we are 24 weeks and 3 days. So like we're made it to like the initial viability. I mean, the odds wouldn't be great if you're born right now. But everything is looking fantastic. We just had an appointment yesterday. And yeah, cervix was all closed and everything, so all doing fantastic. So I'm excited about that. Right now I'm down here by the Spokane River, kind of down by the apartments. I parked at the apartments that Heather and I first lived together in. So it's been years since there, but yeah. So Heather's at a brunch thing right now. Tonight we're doing like a celebration because we're 24 weeks, we've made it to viability, everything is going really well, so we're really excited and happy about that. We don't know if I'm like dictating this like it's directly to my child. I don't know what I'm doing. We don't know your gender yet, so we've decided, although we've been faltering quite a bit as far as God, it's so hard to buy things without knowing the gender, so maybe we'll cave on that and do that, but our plan is to not know until after when you're born, and then we'll find out. We have names kind of nailed down to possibly Liam. I don't recall if we had a middle name on that. My God. I have Technotrilitrack, and I pull out my hair. Or if you're a boy, so yeah, Liam if you're a boy, and then I don't know. I like Lee. Oh my God. Leia Ray Alice. Would you have liked that? Everyone tells me I can't do that because you'd be terribly teased your entire life because of Star Wars or whatever. But that's fine. But no, Mia Joy, I think, is the girl name, first and middle name. So that's probably the plan. So we're hoping everything seems to be going well so far, and everything, scans coming back good and all that. So we're hopeful for mid-October, end of October, for a scheduled C-section and everything. The due date's like November 9th, but they do it like 3 weeks early, I guess, if with this situation. Don't want to go into preterm labor with that cerclage and all that. So, but yeah, most everything else is still the same. Still living in the same house there on Amanda Street. Wyatt's 4 now, so he's a year older. He's getting a little more crazy pants with the, sorry, I'm switching my arms. I'm old and out of shape. My hair's gray, and I'm getting tired. I can't see through my sunglasses. Yeah, I just applied for another job and had some interviews. It's the same thing. It's field insurance work, but for businesses instead of residential homes, which I think would be hopefully more fun, less awful. Hopefully, we'll see. Yep, due date October, so that is going to be fun, and that'll be cool, and all that. Excited. Yeah, it's just, you can buy a lot of the baby stuff like a crib and that kind of thing, which we actually got from Mercedes and Dan for free because they had an extra crib that was from like Pottery Barn or something crazy, so they're weird, so that we just took that one. It's gray, so you know, it works either way. But most of that generic stuff, yeah, you can buy furniture and that kind of thing, but when you go to buy any kind of clothes, it's like newborn babies, you can't tell the difference in their gender except for the clothes that they're wearing, because every baby's hair is all short and their faces are all smushed and stuff, so it's like, well, we can't really buy clothes, so we're maybe caving on the old clothes thing. Or not the clothes thing, the gender thing. So we'll see if we make it. Heather and I have a bet. So if she caves and like has to find out, I get a whole day of video games, and she like makes me a sandwich and like brings me beer or something like that. Which, yeah, it's funny. Be cool, I guess. And then her thing is she gets like a spa day, I think was that thing. If I cave and I need to know the gender before the due date and whatnot. Today she was pushing for like, do you really need to know the gender? I mean, I feel like you might need to. So she's trying to get me to just like, oh, let's dissolve the bet. But I want to win the bet. So we'll have no clothes prepared for you when you're born. So that'll be fun. Loki and Apollo are doing good. I think Apollo's 10 now. So, I mean, by the time you're able to understand this, he'll probably be dead. And maybe even Loki. I mean, he's 7, I think. So they're getting older. Right now, Nicholas is living with us. I mean, yeah, everything's crazy with rent and inflation and all that. So, you know, living with us while he's figuring stuff out. So he's in your room right now. We got the Murphy bed. Oh, got married. That was the last thing in the end of the last video I was talking about. Was we picked a date of like July something at some big crazy venue, and we ended up not doing any of that. We canceled. Oh, there's a giant squirrel over there. Yeah, we didn't go sign anything with that other venue. We went with a small place just called Nectar Catering. I think there was maybe 35-ish people at our wedding, so it was pretty small. But yeah, it was fun. It was great. I mean, and then we went on the honeymoon to the Kjærhushavn, and that was fun. That was super fun. We did the Haven upgrade thing through Norwegian, which was awesome. Have your own private butler and private restaurant and that kind of thing, and they bring you food and all that kind of stuff. Saw some cool shows like the Beatles shows on the boat. Some not magic. Skip that one. We did the comedy shows. We're going to Jim Gaffigan here in a couple months. So that's that. So yeah, we got married. Honeymoon. Oh, Heather forgot the, I like to mention that. She brought the marriage license to the hotel, but then left it in the hotel room when we went to go get married, so we couldn't sign it there right after we got married. So like, was that on a Friday or Saturday? I feel like that was Saturday. So it might have been like 2 or 3 days later. We met our officiant at a Dairy Queen in Post Falls and got married there. So that's where we got married, was Dairy Queen. I mean, don't have to do anything fancy. That's just a waste of money, right? So that worked out okay. Yeah, White's doing really good. He's chit-chatting, learning things, going crazy. He still goes crazy. Bedtime is still a struggle with that kid. He's like, I would need to tell you something. So he gets out of bed like, if you'd let him, he'd get out of bed 5 times between 8:30 and like 9:40 at night. And I'm like, I want to go to bed at 9. I want to be asleep. There have been some times where like I look at the little camera notifications and it has a bunch of movement at like 9:45, and I probably had been asleep for over an hour. So he usually comes and knocks on our door if he gets out. So luckily he hasn't Houdini'd it and tried to like escape the house or anything like that. So that's good. Yeah, that's our plan. Have a baby end of October. That'll be cool. That's why we're doing this thing tonight. I can't remember, I already talked about it, but going to gonna go see the Jurassic World movie that's came out this year, and then go to Melting Pot. So we're kind of just celebrating making it this far. Everything's going super well. Just hoping for the best. All right, that's almost 10 minutes. Jeez, that's a long time. So I think that I'll leave it there for now. All right, hopefully we'll see you soon.